That's a good question. And that's a good question for the session. That's not just something a pastor decides, but what I know of Derry is you are a church that always is looking for ways to help each other and help the community. And that's what the session is there for. They are the spiritual leaders of the church, finding ways of what programs, what missions, what things can we do to help share the love and grace of God with our church and our community. I'm always a big fan of when there's anything at the church, as much as possible, be able to offer childcare. Because you don't want trying to find someone to watch your children be that thing that keeps you from the church, be that thing that keeps you from going to a worship service, helping with mission, or going to a program like this that can help you and your family in very important ways. So I'd love to hear more about whether that meets a need at the church or in the community. Who might be able to help offer these things? Talk with the session and committees about it and explore those options. I always love it when somebody from the church says, here's something I could help with, or here's something I think would meet a need. How can we maybe make this happen? And have those conversations from the ground up. So instead of me saying, here's all the things I think would be great in the church, let's do this. No. You take your ideas, your passions, your needs, you take them to the committees, to the session, and they talk about whether that's something that we can do, and we can do it well, and it fits into our mission and our ministry. That's one of the things I want to do early on when I get to Derry is get a roster of all the members and just start calling people. It may be 5 people a day for a while, just going alphabetically down the list. Sorry if you're a Z, maybe I'll flip it up and do a scramble random calling. But I want to ask people 2 basic questions. The first question I want to ask is, how have you been served in the past by Derry, or how could you be served? How do you need to be served by the church? And the second question is, how have you served the church in the past, or how could you serve the church in the future? Basically, how do you need to be served, and how can you serve? Because again, it's always a two-way street. We want you to be served by the people of this community, this faith community. But we also want you to be able to serve others through this community. That's what church is. We serve, and we're served by each other. We help each other. We walk through this together. So all your gifts, your talents, your skills, your passions, you bring them to the table, but you also bring your needs. You don't just come with your gifts, you come with open hands to receive. That's what this church relationship is. We give and we take. We receive and we give. That's the beauty of church. So I look forward to hearing those things from each of you. How can you serve? How do you need to be served? What are your needs? What are your talents and your gifts? I look forward to hearing those things from you. I look forward to getting more of your questions that I can answer in videos like this, and I look forward to seeing some of your videos answering some of the questions I've had about Derry Presbyterian.